All right, first question is from Freeman Axtell. How and when should you use cheat reps?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, good old cheat reps.
When should we cheat?
It's been a while since we've talked about these. Actually,
I told Justin it's when you work out with your mistress.
Yeah.
It's when you.
do you ever?
Counts.
Do you ever do stuff like this? Do you ever use cheat reps?
I don't consciously.
Not a lot.
Are you a cheater?
I don't cheat all that often. Yeah, I know that's more probably of a bodybuilder thing to get the pump, and to get that. Like I pretty much full range for the most part, but every now and then, dude, if it's coming to like biceps or triceps or something like with my arms, I'll do some cheat reps.
Now, Arnold had it in his book, didn't he?
That's where they got popular. They got popular because Arnold and other bodybuilders talked about using cheat reps to do more reps and get the body to force the body to build muscle. This is an interesting one because I never consciously do use cheat reps, but there are times when my form is looser than other times. You know what I'm saying? Where if I'm curling or I'm doing an overhead press, I'm going to use a little bit more body English to get the bar to move. But I never think to myself, hey, today I'm going to do a cheat rep or whatever. It's definitely not a technique that I teach.
I never cheat. You
have to be super good.
Here's the deal. You could go the rest of your life and never use cheat reps and get phenomenal workouts, change your physique looking however you want, and you're not missing out on like this major component. It's a cool thing. I think it's a cool tool that advanced lifters can intermittently use in their training that sure has some value because of the amount of load that you're going to put on there. If you're cheating it up and using momentum, you're going to be able to do heavier weight. And do I see some value in doing that? Absolutely. I think if I had to kind of guesstimate like how often I use cheat reps, I'd say in a year's time, maybe 5 workouts in the year What
are your lifts that you guys do cheat reps with?
Would you consider a push press a cheat?
I was just gonna say.
Do you consider that? Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
Well, it's kind
I don't consider them cheat reps. I consider them different exercises.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a different focus. Well, it depends on if that's like, I just want to be able to get up the weight, and that was the entire intent of it, versus like making it a power exercise.
Right. So the way that they were used back in the day, it was almost entirely applied to curls. Mm-hmm. This is where cheat reps got popular, and it's when you're doing your strict barbell curls, and then the last few reps get difficult, and so you use your hips a little bit and swing the weight up a little bit to curl the bar up.
That's when I usually do it.
Other people will use it, when doing a lateral exercise, they'll use a little bit of body movement to get the dumbbells up. I don't look at them as cheat reps. I used to when I was younger because that's what I read in the magazines. But as I got older, I just realized they're different exercises. If I want to do a lateral with body movement, it's kind of like a clean. If I want to do a overhead press with some boost, it's a push press, and it has its own value. So that's the way I look at them. I don't like applying cheat reps to other exercises and calling them cheat reps. I think it's just a different movement. If you want to do a tricep press down and you want to use more weight and you angle your body differently and flare your elbows out and you call that a cheat rep, I call that a different exercise. Is there value to it? Sure. There definitely can be a value to it, but I definitely don't think people who don't have a lot of experience and consistency, I don't think they're going to benefit much from cheat reps. They have difficulty maintaining tension to begin with. A cheat rep is just going to get them, it's going to increase the risk of injury, and they don't get any value for that trade.
Yeah, to me, it's way too high of risk for very low reward. You're not the person that's going to benefit the most from this is somebody who is an extremely advanced lifter that has really good mechanics already, really good body control. They train extremely consistent all the time, and this is a nice little curveball that they could throw into a routine occasionally. I see some value there. Anybody else that's throwing it in there, it really doesn't. There's more risk, and there's more to lose, even if it's not risk. Like maybe you're not hurting yourself, but you're trying to do cheat reps for bicep curls, but you're cheating so much that the biceps are getting very little work. Mm-hmm. Like you need to have really good mind-muscle connection.
You know what used to happen to me as a kid? I would do cheat curls because Arnold did or whatever, and my front delts will get sore.
This is why.
All the swinging. Yeah.
This is why one of our most popular videos is the video where I did the bicep curls and I taught the split stance. And it's one of our most popular videos because it's like 50-50. 50, you absolutely love it, see the value in training that way, and then the other 50 are the idiots that are coming in there and they're trying to explain to me the action of the bicep and that there is some sort of shoulder flexion in there, which I understand. The problem is I've trained so many people in my career that I know that most people actually struggle with keeping it out of their shoulders, and the front delt tends to take over in a bicep curl because it's natural for the elbows to kind of roll up as you lift the bar closer to your neck.
And the bicep is involved in that action a little bit. It
Right.
is shortening the bicep a little bit.
Right.
But I don't see the value in it. I'll tell you what, really, really good form is always the best. It really is always the best. But if you want to use movement and swinging and stuff, then start to practice more explosive exercises where it actually makes sense to do that. Like practice a kettlebell swing or practice a high pull or a clean. Now you're using body movement, but it's a part of the exercise itself. And what are you getting from those exercises? You're building power. And how many people should we apply that to? Very little.
Yeah.
Very
Small
little.
population.
Very small because it's very complex. And what ends up happening is because here's what happens with exercises. You look at, you could take all exercises and list the risk versus reward. And then you could also make a separate category and say, okay, when form is off, how fast does this exercise become very dangerous?
Right.
So some exercises like curls, form's off a little bit. It's not going to be that dangerous. If you do like a deadlift, form is off a little bit. The danger factor is much higher.
Yeah.
Right. So if you do want to use cheat reps, I would say pick the exercises where if your form goes off, the risk of injury isn't super high. I don't think you should do cheat squats. I don't think you should do cheat deadlifts or even cheat bench presses or anything like that. I think you probably would save it for a lot of the single joint exercises, which, to be honest with you, cheat reps on single joint exercises, are you going to get any real value out of that?
Not very much.
Aside from your ego?
Right.
Not much.